Hi everyone, it's your librarian Melissa, and what we have here is a piece of lettuce that I grew on my windowsill using only 1 inch of water. I'm going to share with you how to grow your own piece of lettuce and take you back to 2 weeks ago when I first started growing this piece that we see here. You will only need a stem of lettuce and 1 inch of water. Begin with a head of lettuce. Cut the lettuce stem off about 1 to 2 inches above that. Then we are going to place it in 1 inch of water into a cup and then place that cup on the windowsill so it can begin to sit in the sunlight. Then we'll keep an eye on it for the next couple of days to see if it sprouts. Now let's take one closer look at our stem of lettuce to really get a before shot of what this looks like before it begins to sprout in the sunlight. It's been 2 days since I first left the lettuce out on my windowsill. Let's see if we can notice a little bit of a change since 2 days ago. I think I noticed a little bit just starting to sprout. Not quite, but that's a bit more than what was there just 2 days ago. Let's take a closer look just to be sure. I'm noticing near the center of the lettuce, there's little pieces of leaves that are starting to poke up that were not there before. Let's keep an eye on this to see what sprouts in the next couple of days. Three days later, and I'm just beginning to see a little bit of a difference. Do you see how the leaves are starting to pop up a little bit more around the middle? I can see it. After 4 days, we can see the leaves popping up a little bit from the side view. Doesn't look as flat as it did the first day I put this in the windowsill. Having a closer look inside, I can definitely see a little bit of a difference here. Do you see the growth? After 5 days, some slight growth since day 4. Modest growth, but oh yes, in the middle I can really see where that's starting to sprout. Take a look at that. Do you see where it's starting to grow? Let me spin the glass around a little bit so we can really get a better view of the progress that the lettuce has made in the past 5 days. After 6 days, I would say the leaves pop up just a tiny bit more. Let's keep an eye on this and see just how much more it continues to grow. Oh, and it's getting a little heavier too. Do you notice how it tipped over a little bit? Must be growing. After 7 days, it's a little bit taller and it's still getting heavy. Look how it tips over when I look into the glass. Really shows that our lettuce plant is growing little by little. After 8 days, the leaves are getting a little bit closer to the top of the glass. Wasn't like that before, that's for sure. Looking from the top, it's also looking a bit more leafy than it was in the past. This is really starting to take off. At first glance, 9 days later may not look too much different than the day before, but what we can really see the change that's been made is when I pick up the glass and we have a look inside from the top, and right in the middle I think I see a new leaf starting to grow. It's a little bit folded in the middle, so I'm curious to see what that's going to look like in the next couple of days. After 10 days, I'm starting to notice that that leaf in the middle that was tucked in doesn't look like it's tucked in as much. I think it's starting to pop up a little bit. Let's get a closer look at that. And then I'm also going to take a look from above. There's that leaf. Now it's still a little bit tucked away inside the other leaves, but I think it's getting ready to pop up. Notice how heavy the lettuce plant is and that it's tipping over from side to side. We can really see now how much more this has grown since just a couple of days ago. If you listen very carefully, you might hear the horn of a train in the background as I'm filming this. That train used to carry people throughout Rockland County until they converted it to a train called a freight train that brings supplies into New York City. Sort of an extra history lesson here. 11 days later, and it's been raining a lot on this day. If we look out the window, we can see it's not too sunny. Now we know that one of the most important ingredients for growing our own lettuce is plenty of sunlight. But we can still see here how the plant has grown a little bit more. In a moment, I'm going to take a closer look from the top to get a look at that leaf. There's the leaf I've been talking about that was tucked in before. Here it starts to look like it's starting to loosen up a little bit, so it's really making progress. And while we're here at 11 days later, I thought I'd get a much closer look at our lettuce plant because here it's really beginning to look like its own plant. It's incredible how much progress it has made in just the past 11 days. It's incredible what nature can do with just 1 inch of water and the main ingredient, sunlight, here in our very own cup inside the kitchen. Lo and behold, there is that leaf that was in the middle, and it is not tucked in anymore. It is popping right up over the top of the cup, and we can see that this plant is really taking off. It's going to make for a very delicious sandwich pretty soon. I'm almost at the end of this tutorial because the progress has really come a long way, and this is really beginning to look like something we can eat. Now, I'm actually not going to eat this because I've gotten so used to having it on my windowsill that I'm going to keep watching it grow even after this video is over. But it's not over yet. After 13 days, the leaves really start to pop, and this is looking just about ready to pluck and put onto a sandwich. It has really come a long way since we started out just 13 days ago. Pretty incredible what you can do with just 1 inch of water and some sunlight. At this point, it's really when you can decide if you want to continue to watch it grow or if you would rather put it on a delicious sandwich. Thank you everybody for joining me on this exciting journey filmed right here in my own kitchen. I hope that you will do the same at home. Please feel free to share any pictures or videos of your own project on the Pearl River Public Library's Facebook page. Also be sure to check out even more exciting videos coming to you from our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, as well as our website. It's been wonderful to have you here. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Take advantage of this wonderful spring weather we've been having, perhaps by growing your own lettuce from home. Take care.